Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Monday afternoon. Welcome into another edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside David Jones. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. A lot to talk about today, kind of reacting to SEC Media Days, predictions for the SEC East and West, all SEC first, second, and third team. Voting also there in Atlanta this past week. We'll kind of run down some of those. Some Auburn players making that list. We'll talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about anything and everything that you would like to talk about as we are now officially in the college football season, David.
Are we?
Post SEC Media Days. Yeah. That's the unofficial beginning. So all we're going to be talking about is college football leading up to that. And
is it 42 days till first kickoff?
That sounds good to me.
I think 42.
Okay. It will be here before you know it. Yeah. I mean, practice will begin, what is it, August 5th, I think, for the Auburn Tigers. Yeah. So that's just right around the corner as well. We'll talk about that, get David's thoughts on what took place over the weekend or last week, at the end of last week as well. But we'd love to hear from you. So give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind, 256-234-6221, or you can dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page. That's Sports with a Z, and comment away. We'll get to as many of those as we can throughout the show today. David, good to see you as always. How was your weekend?
Let's see.
Luke says 40 days.
Is it 40?
Yeah.
Okay. Auburn's been doing a thing.
David was not a math major.
No, I was not. That was my worst subject. I mean, kudos to Louise Tate at Fairfield Junior High for making me understand algebra. After that, it was all a fog.
Look, I'm fine as long as it's numbers. When you start adding letters to math,
yeah,
you lose me. I mean,
yeah.
So what's
it's no longer math. That's now
I'm fine with numbers.
Math English.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's say I had a couple of gigs this weekend. Met some nice folks, and yesterday was church, and a little trip to Opelika. I got to tell you something, Andy. This is bouncing off of last week, what we talked about. I didn't even let you finish your introduction. I just jumped right in.
Go right ahead.
Okay. I don't want to throw you off.
No, I'm done.
Friday night, on the way back from Wetumpka, I was listening to a replay of Full Ride on ESPNU. That's Sirius XM, the college station. And they actually had interviewed Brian Harsin. This was obviously a replay. They interviewed him. And the guy, Chris Childers, who's crazy, and the young lady that was on there, Allie, they both lambasted that coup. I mean, they called. He said, I don't know who started that coup, but whoever it was, you're a douchebag, and I wish the worst for you for the rest of their life. And he said, if there's one team out there this year that I'm pulling for to win every single game, it's the Auburn Tigers, because of the way Brian Harsin handled this situation. And I'm sitting there, I'm driving on 50, which is, crazy anyway, and I'm about to run off the road. I'm laughing so hard and agreeing with the guy. They were so brutally honest and blunt toward the coup, and they mentioned, we're Tank Bigsby not going out of bounds and beating Alabama, which, if ifs and buts were canting you nuts, we know that saying. But I just thought that was hilarious. They went on and on and on. So, and when you look at this list, ain't a whole lot of our guys on that list. I know we'll go over that. Everything's just set up for the underdog Auburn to do what Auburn does when they're the underdog. So that's what we can hope for.
Well, speaking of that, the media made their predictions. chose Georgia in the East, Alabama in the West. I don't think there's any surprise at that at all. It was overwhelmingly that they chose those two, and
Sure.
rightly so. They are the two favorites, and there is valid reason for that. But your Auburn Tigers got picked 7th in the West. I believe I called that. And Vanderbilt in the East. Vanderbilt, the only team that got less votes than your Auburn Tigers.
Who was the homer that gave them the #1 vote?
Yeah, I don't. That's some ridiculous person that their vote should be revoked from now on. But
like the guy from Kansas with Auburn basketball.
yeah, that's right. But so, we'll run down the list here, and we'll go back in the next probably. I feel like I want to wait until I find out who the starting quarterback for Auburn is going to be before we go back and make our final predictions. Now,
You might have to wait till the week before.
well, I was
first.
going to say, if they lollygag around and they hem-haw and we don't know until the week, we'll go ahead and do it. But if it's, if we have to wait until maybe 2 weeks before the first game, I kind of, because that makes such an important, that's such an important decision about what's going to happen for the Auburn Tigers. So, nonetheless, but I guarantee you this, I won't have Auburn 7th in the West.
No.
So, now you were talking about, we got a comment here from Dale. Did y'all hear Fine Bob hand it to Yellow Fella on Friday? It was great. Apparently.
Well, that's my brother, Dale.
Yeah.
But Dale, Yellow Fella came out and said he had nothing to do with it. Now, if you believe that, I got a bunch of Yellow Fella wood I can sell you. I didn't hear that. I'll have to go back and, these guys were blistering them, whoever it is, on Sirius XM. I'll have to go back and find that. I'm sure it was hilarious.
Well, everybody can be mad, and everybody can, I don't think there's any rational person that doesn't look back and think, that this was a self-inflicted wound that need not have been inflicted. But it did, and it was, and now we're kind of dealing with it. But the only thing that's going to help Brian Harsin, everybody's good feelings about him, and it is not going to make a difference. It's going to come down to wins and losses.
That's true.
That's the only thing that's going to matter.
That's true, Andy, and that's why I keep beating that dead horse about this season being so important. But think about this. This was another thing Chris Childers said to the people who started the coup. What was your end game? What do you really think would have been a great outcome from that had Brian Harsin said, screw y'all, I'm out? Okay? All they did was hurt Auburn. Because we talk about recruiting on here ad nauseum because that's very important. But we're getting killed in recruiting by a lot of coaches because they're killing us because of that. So all you did was hurt Auburn. You did nothing to help Auburn. Now, bottom line, that just pours on and piles on more difficulty for Brian Harsin and his staff and his players to do what they need to do this year. So it's a mess, but.
Oh, yeah. Luke says, who would you have picked last in the SEC West? Mississippi State has 17 returning starters. Ole Miss has a ton of great transfers coming in and a coach who knows offense. LSU has the third most talent in the league. Arkansas has a great returning QB and a new attitude. Well, that makes it, just curious who you think should be last in the West. Well, I haven't made my final picks yet, but I would not put Arkansas above Auburn. I would not put Ole Miss above Auburn, and I would not put LSU above Auburn right now. So one of the three of those is your. Now I'm a little higher on Mississippi State than most because of the starters coming back.
Andy, we've already talked about this. LSU couldn't run last year with 2 extra offensive linemen on the field. Okay? And as far as a new attitude, Auburn's got a pretty spiffy new attitude too after rallying around Brian Harsin with this thing. So
Yeah.
I definitely would not have Auburn last either. Going to be interesting to. In the East, Andy, I hadn't said this yet. I'm very interested in Kentucky this year. Are they the real deal that can follow up behind Georgia, or is Tennessee going to get it going? What's Billy Napier going to do at Florida? And I like Beamer at South Carolina. They've got some momentum. So the East is going to be very interesting as well.
That's true. Depends on how good Georgia is coming back off of are they fat and happy that they're the first national championship in 100 years? Or is it, are they still hungry? Does this make them even hungrier?
Yeah.
Now they lost a ton, but they recruited extremely well. It's just a matter of it's still talented. It's just young talent. So, and how good everybody seems to be down on Stetson Bennett. He's the only Stetson Bennett. Well, he's won quite a few games.
Yes.
And he does some dumb things on occasion, but he also does some pretty nice things on quite a few occasions as well.
Yep.
We are up against our first break here on the Auburn Blitz, but don't go anywhere. We're just getting started, and we'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Columbiana Tractor presents the world's largest deer expo, August 12th through 14th, BJCC. 11 hunt giveaways, the Turtle Man, the Aspirin Buster Frank Addington, Eddie Salter, Big Buck Contest, BHA Bow Competition, Cornhole Tournament, Trout Pond, and Barney Fife. WorldDeerExpo.com, August 12th through 14th, BJCC.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau tri-tunes, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
At Glenn Smith in Opelika, we're celebrating our 30th anniversary. Check out these Hot July offers on powerful full-size Chevy and GMC trucks. The Chevy Silverado discounted up to $6,500 off. Or the GMC Sierra $5,000 off. Plus, get financing as low as 0% on several models. New inventory is arriving daily.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the ground or on the way. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. They got 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. They got a little bit of everything there. We're talking about the SEC media predictions for the upcoming season. They have Georgia and Alabama meeting in the SEC title game, and they have Alabama winning. Overwhelmingly, the voting goes for Alabama to win the SEC this year. Who was it you were talking about? Somebody said, you know, if Alabama doesn't win it, it'd be the biggest disaster.
That was Roman Harper.
Yeah, Roman Harper said it would be the, you know, biggest flop, I guess, in a while.
In years.
Yeah, because, you know, they are that much seemingly better than
the revenge tour, what he said.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We got some more comments. Dale says South Carolina's schedule is brutal. Steve says, I wish Harsin's speech at SEC Media was not as spiteful as he mentioned. He sounded revengeful against AU Big Boosters, but I heard Schenker interview on local radio and was very impressed by him. Yeah, I thought Schenker did a great job. I thought Derek Hall did a great job. I thought Tank did a really good job. So really liked the three guys that they brought. I thought, if you're Brian Harsin, how can you not use that as some sort of motivation? Now,
yeah,
I didn't really take anything as being
spiteful.
But as far as I'm going to show those guys,
yeah,
I think there's definitely part of that attitude, and I don't blame him. Man, it's fine with me.
Well, I don't know exactly what part of Harsin's speech Steve's talking about, but basically all he said was there was an inquiry, it didn't work, and we're moving forward. That's not spiteful. That's facts. Okay, and now revenge. I don't think he's. I think internally, obviously, there's a revenge factor, but I don't think he's going to play that out in the media. I did not read that in his comments. I think, you know, when they tried to bring it back up, he very classily said, you know, if we spend our time looking behind, we're wasting our time. We got to move forward, and that's what we're doing. So I was totally impressed with everything that he had to say, and the three players as well. And Tank. I'd like to show up at 6 o'clock one morning and watch Tank and the guys run those stadiums. That'd be impressive.
Yeah, you hear this. Every so often. You know, I've heard it. I can't count how many times I've heard it at Auburn. But the summer workouts this year, different attitude. Yeah. Things are different now. Guys are working harder, all bought in. Again, talk is cheap. I like to hear it. I think it's great. Makes me feel a little better. Maybe pumps me up a little bit and think, okay, but got to show it. Got to show it.
Andy Tank even said, though, the guys that didn't buy in and didn't believe in what we're doing, they're gone.
They're gone, yeah.
And I can promise you, who's the strength and conditioning coach?
Yep.
Senior Moment. He's old school, man. And that they're working their tails off. I can promise you that the work ethic and the requirement for strength and speed and conditioning at Auburn right now far exceeds what they have been expected to do in the past. So
I think we got a phone call. Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hello, guys. I hope you all are doing well today.
Hey,
doing
Jerry.
Great. How about yourself?
I'm doing really good, thank you. I have a couple of comments, guys. I watched and listened to Coach Harson's talk at the media days, and I didn't think it was vengeful or spiteful at all. I think he just brought out what was obvious, and he got that out of the way. He did his best to. And personally, me, the way I was looking at it, I thought he was a little bit more upbeat and a little bit more relaxed than what he had been in the past. And that was just my opinion looking at it from afar. If he got a little burr under his saddle, who the heck could blame him? I got a burr under my saddle, and it didn't happen to me. And my comment, another comment, I've said it before on this show, that Auburn has never had anything given to them. And Auburn people need to stick together, need to realize that, because we're consistently having to fight big battles, and we just need to stick together and push in the right direction. I think Coach Harsin has a chance to be a good coach. Time will tell that, but I know that we need to stick together and get behind him, and because that's just the way it is at Auburn. It's in our DNA. We've always had to fight battles, and we've had to fight uphill battles, and that's okay. That don't bother me at all. I welcome it, and I take it on. But let's just get together and give this man a chance. And I'm optimistic, cautiously optimistic about the future, and I appreciate you guys taking my call, and I appreciate y'all's show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jerry.
Appreciate it, Jerry.
I think Jerry's spot on.
Yeah, and it echoes kind of, Tank Bixby made reference to that at SEC Media Days, talking about, he said, look, it's not easy being an Auburn Tiger. And I mean, I've said that for years. It's not easy being an Auburn fan. Yeah. You got enough. It's enough of a battle, like Jerry said. You got to fight, it seems like an uphill battle a lot of the time. And you got so many outside forces that you're fighting against. If you're fighting an internal battle too, you got no chance.
Yeah.
So there is some definite truth to that. That if everybody would, everybody get on the same page and support, it still might not work out, for Brian Harsin. Yeah. That's a possibility, but there's a whole lot better chance that it will if everybody is on the same page. So hopefully that'll happen. It sounds like the players are all on the same page. If the fan base was too, who knows what would happen. We got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you up until 1 o'clock today. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us, brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area, as well as down there on the coast. Give them a call today, 551-BIG FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. That beautiful new facility down there in Dadeville, looking like it's right about ready
Pretty
to
close. Yeah.
move in. Looks like maybe the parking lot.
Some
once they get
lights
that
on now. and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just a really, really, really nice place.
Yeah.
Ed says it's easy being an Auburn fan. Way to go, Bo Jackson, taking care of the families from Uvalde, Texas. Just have to have priorities. Right, War Eagle. Yeah, I mean, Bo Jackson, quietly, just kind of,
Was it 170,000?
It was a lot.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And he never sought any kind of praise for it. which is not what you would. I mean, that's what you would expect from Bo.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is.
Good call,
He
Ed.
makes Auburn proud. He always has.
Yeah.
I think we got another phone call. Let's go to it. Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Andy, Coach David, how y'all doing today?
Hey, Terry.
How about you?
Doing well, doing well. You know, as I told you guys last week, you know, people say, you know, we want the best. There's nothing wrong with wanting the best for your program, and that's what I want for Auburn. And whenever you go against that, it's kind of like being a Republican nowadays. You know, you dare to have an opinion, you're going to be crucified for it. So, I don't know. I just think, you know, I went through this a lot with Coach Chiswick being talked about because I didn't like him, because the same thing with Harsin, because I know where it's going to end up, and I don't like it. So, you know,
Well,
the one thing I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Terry.
And the one thing that I don't think is getting enough discussion is, what is the situation with Alan Green right now? He seems to be a month-to-month type thing, and he's look. I think if he goes, Harsin goes, quite honestly, and then vice versa too. I don't think a lot of people like the things he's done. Yeah, he's had success in the basketball and the baseball programs, that's for sure, and some of the other programs even so. But at the same time, he's come under our scrutiny because, why, I've said it 1,000 times on the show, football drives the ship. So that's just the way it is. And if he's if they're going 6 and 7, you know, he's going to get crucified for it. But what's his contract status? Do y'all know?
I mean, it's awfully quiet, and I think his contract's coming up.
Yeah, it's
year,
up for renewal. Yeah.
So as far as Alan Green's concerned, you bring up some valid points. Look, the whole business about, you know, he came in and we're going to cut we're going to make cuts here or there, and we're going to take buses instead of plane rides. That went over like a lead balloon, and nobody appreciated that at all. Most of all, the people in coaching positions at Auburn. So I've met Alan Green. I like him. I've had a conversation with him. He's a smart guy. He's very affable. I've heard him talk, and at a Auburn club meeting, and I like some of the things he's done. I'll give him credit for tying up, Bruce Pearl for basically life. That was, wonderful. Now, I mean, how much do you really give him? That's kind of a no-brainer. But he seems to be taking care of Butch Thompson and his coaching staff. But as you astutely point out, the thing that he's going to be known for is he went out and hired Brian Harsin. And if it doesn't work out, and then that's going to be the albatross around his neck.
Well, now you guys know how the good old boy work, especially you, Coach David. You know, you've been on the game long enough. The good old boy know what rules down in Auburn. And when he left those money guys out in the search for a coach, a football coach, they weren't happy.
No, it's right. It's like my brother was saying. Feinbaum pretty much blasted Jimmy Rain, and Jimmy Rain says he didn't have anything to do with it. But Feinbaum, Feinbaum's tried to get Jimmy Rain on his show, and he will not respond to the invitation. So that tells you probably all you need to know right there.
Coach David, did I hear you say you attended Fairfield Junior High?
Fairfield High School, absolutely. Yeah.
Fairfield High School as well. Okay. I know in my senior year in high school, 1985, at Pinson Valley High School, we played Fairfield High School. And I know that's 30 plus years ago, but we were in USA Today because they beat us 35-7 and didn't score an offensive touchdown.
Wow. Well, I graduated in '75, Terry, so I'm a little older than you, but I grew up in Fairfield. Sure did.
How about that?
Yeah.
You guys have a great day.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Terry.
it.
See you.
Yeah, look, Brian Harsin, and I will say this to Terry's point about wanting what's best for Auburn. I think we all want what's best for Auburn, and I'll agree with him. I don't know very many people that thought hiring Gene Chiswick was a good idea. The 5 and 19. Yeah. We had a dude at the airport saying we don't want to lose her. That was another banner day for Auburn, but. Well, I don't think anybody and I didn't really like Gene Chiswick, but you know what? We got a national championship out of it. And he's the coach. Now, you may not like Brian Harsin, but he is the coach.
Well, Andy,
and so
let's talk about Alan Green for a minute.
Okay.
Other than what you mentioned, which that was a bonehead, we're going to ride buses instead of planes. And I promise you, somebody has probably rectified that.
Oh, it's been General again.
General Burgess.
James's favorite guy, General Burgess, came in and said, "No, that's not going to happen." When he moved into the athletic department,
Right.
so that has been rectified.
But other than that, and we can't say anything about. Here's the thing, and Terry talks so fast sometimes I don't get it. I'll tell him this the next time he calls. But Terry's entitled to his opinion. But Terry's dead set on the fact that this Brian Harsin experiment is not going to work. We don't know that.
Yeah.
And if Brian Harsin does turn this corner and gets this thing going, how could you not allow Alan Green to remain as our athletic director? Because I'm like you. I've met him. I've had conversations with him. I talked to him in Omaha at the College World Series. Guy loves Auburn, and he's done a credible job, in my opinion. So everything that we talk about on the show, and Terry and James go back and forth in the callers, and that's fun. Everything is up in the air right now. It all hinges on what happens September through December.
Yeah. And if it goes well this year, can you back it up? Can you continue it on next year? Because you're only as good as what happens that game.
That's
right. The wins from the past, nobody cares. What have you done for me?
That's right.
Up against a break. Don't go anywhere. More to come on this edition of the Auburn.
Lake Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs. Or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Sis Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River Region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker!
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Just a couple more segments left in today's show. Brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248. 256-397-0248. Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Jim gives us his picks. He has Alabama, LSU coming in second, Mississippi State third, A&M fourth, Auburn fifth, Ole Miss sixth, and he's got Arkansas coming in last at seventh. East, he says Georgia, Tennessee second, Kentucky third, Florida fourth, Missouri fifth, Vandy sixth. I'm assuming South Carolina's probably squeezed in there somewhere. Jim's still living in the past with 12 teams in the SEC.
And there ain't no way in the world Vandy finishes ahead of South Carolina.
I don't think so. Question of the day, what happens first? Vandy wins an SEC game or another team wins the East besides Georgia? Oh, I definitely think Vandy will win a game, an SEC game. So I'm going to go with that.
But Jim's last comment, did you see it? He said, David, Arkansas falls off the map this year and shows their true colors. They will finish 5-7 in the West.
I mean, I don't necessarily. They've got a very difficult schedule.
They do, but Pittman's got. I'd throw LSU in there, saying they might fall off the map before Arkansas, and maybe even the Pirates. Okay, because we've talked about LSU's running game. Mississippi State, the run and shoot, run and gun, fun and gun, West Coast offense. They're not going to run the ball.
Speaking of a team that doesn't run the football, Mississippi State.
Now
that's
they're
by
not going to run
choice.
it. By choice. So I don't know. I think Pittman's got the culture changed there at Arkansas.
But I mean, it's you can make some just traditional changes. You can make some standard changes when you come into a program, and you can go from 2-10 to 6-6.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Now to go from 7-5 to 10-2.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a difference.
Especially
that's going to be harder. And so Arkansas right now is at that 7-5 range.
Yeah.
Maybe 8-4, but to go to that 10-2, I'm not sure they're that. KJ Jefferson, I think he's a good quarterback, but I'm not sure top to bottom Arkansas is ready for that.
Andy, it's interesting that you say that because on that Friday night again, when I'm driving back from Wetumpka, this was Saturday morning. I was listening to Dan Dakich, who's a basketball guy, but he has a show on Sirius, and he's
pretty funny too.
He's hilarious, and he pulls no punches.
No.
Get him talking about Krzyzewski and how they built Krzyzewski up in the farewell tour. Oh my gosh! I said, dude, how are you getting away with saying some of this stuff? But he had a guy on there, and his question was this: in the SEC, some of these middle-of-the-road teams, how difficult or easy would it be for them to push themselves up into the top? And he said, the guy just point-blank said, that league is so incredibly difficult, it's almost impossible. To your point, just think, which we throw our Auburn Tigers in there as well. I mean, for us to get from where we were to 10-2 this year, with our schedule being ranked the hardest schedule in the country, very difficult. So if you want to talk about being happy with 8-4, we might have to be happy with 8-4. 9-3 would be, dadgum, we're happy.
Yeah.
This year, as we build. But I thought that was interesting. He said the exact same thing you did. He said, man, it's just so hard to dethrone an Alabama or a Georgia right now. So
we didn't have a chance to talk a whole lot about it, but I did mention the all-SEC teams are out. Tank Bigsby makes the first team for Auburn on the offense. He is
no surprise.
That you are surprised?
No surprise.
No surprise. No. Yeah, no surprise. Jamar Gibbs, the transfer from Georgia Tech, is your other first-team running back. Bryce Young, of course, the quarterback. The three quarterbacks, first, second, and third team, Bryce Young, Hendon Hooker, second team, Will Levis, your third team from Kentucky. So Tennessee and Kentucky, your second and third team. Who would have thought that a few years ago? Auburn.
And what a disrespect to our boy Stetson Bennett at Georgia, speaking of.
National title winner, Stetson Bennett. David, this is going to shock you, okay?
Right.
Auburn does not have an offensive lineman on the first, second, or third team.
Yeah.
Now, I am a little surprised that Nick Brahms didn't get at least third team.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy.
But nonetheless, that just kind of goes to show you what we've talked. Is it as much perception that Auburn does not have a good offensive line as it is reality? Because so many of these guys, and I've voted in this, and you get the list and you start looking at some of these guys I never even heard of. From these teams all across. So you just kind of, a lot of times you'll vote for the guys that you basically you heard other people talk about.
So you voted in this poll?
I have before. I didn't vote in this
time. Okay.
This year, but I have voted before.
Okay, yeah. I was going to ask you if you voted Nick Brahms.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But defensively, Derek Hall gets first team. Colby Wooden gets second team. Owen Papo gets third team. And then you get Oscar Chapman and Anders Carlson, your second team, punter and place kicker.
Well, if Papo's healthy, there ain't no way in the world he's third team all SEC. That's based on the fact that he didn't hardly play last season, in my humble opinion.
Well,
we're going to find out.
You will. That's true, for sure. Got to take another break here, but don't go anywhere. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz on the way right after this.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Columbiana Tractor presents the world's largest Deer Expo, August 12th through 14th, BJCC. 11 hunt giveaways, the Turtle Man, the Aspirin Buster Frank Addington, Eddie Salter, Big Buck Contest, BHA Bow Competition, Cornhole Tournament, Trout Pond, and Barney Fife. WorldDeerExpo.com, August 12th through 14th, BJCC.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz, the final segment on this Monday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Tomorrow, David, you'll be with me. So we'll talk about, there was an interesting, I had a breakdown I saw today on, I think it was Inside the Auburn Tigers. They had every single Auburn recruit or every single Auburn player on the roster, scholarship player, which I think they said was 80. We only have 80 of the 85 we are allowed. But of the 80, they had them broken down in order where they were recruited. You know, were they a 4-star, 5-star, and they even broke it down to the numerical value that they give them, you know, as far as how highly they are ranked. So,
Right.
Owen Papo, the highest ranked player on the roster right now for Auburn. But, and we'll go through this tomorrow, we may break it down and kind of look at basically the roster top to bottom.
Yeah, because I want to talk about that
But
at the very bottom.
one thing I found fascinating was that 3 of the top 16 players on the roster are wide receivers, top ranked.
You just said what I was going to say.
5 of the top 27 players on the entire roster are wide receivers. Now, I say that to say this, okay? And by the way, that's Xavier Capers, Xavier Capers, one of the top 10, number 8 highest rated player on the entire roster, by the way. Xavier Capers, J.J. Evans, Malcolm Johnson Jr., Coy Moore, the transfer from LSU, and Omari Kelly. 5 wide receivers of the, as far as you're talking about the most talented guys on the team, of the top 27, most talented recruiting-wise, players on the team, wide receivers. And yet we look at the wide receiver room and go,
who's going to catch the ball?
You know, so is it that we've missed? I mean, you look at the offensive linemen and, you know, the tackles are they're the, 70s and 80s as far as talent. That makes sense. But you look at the wide receivers and you look at it and say, wait a minute. Have we just missed on all these guys? Because they're some of the most talented guys we've recruited over the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Who do we blame? Or is it they weren't getting coached, i.e. Cody Burns?
Yeah.
And now we got a new coach come in, and perhaps he could do something with them. Is there some hope that the wide receiver room perhaps could be a lot better than we think?
You want me to rain on your parade?
Please.
Or you want me to agree with you?
I love rain at a parade.
Once again, here's my famous analogy, Andy. They're all on a string offensively. It's going to depend on this no preseason SEC named offensive lineman and the still to be named quarterback.
Yeah.
However, once again, and people are going to get sick of me saying this, the Ike Hilliard factor is real. Ike Hilliard is the man. He's going to have these guys coached up and ready. And if we do have that many wide receivers that are that highly ranked.
All 5 of them 4-star, by the way.
And everything else falls together, it could be fun to watch.
1 5-star on the roster, that'd be Owen Papo. 40% of the roster, 4-star basically. 40% of the roster. So
yeah.
These 5, though, high 4-star guys.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought they were talented coming out of high school. Are they getting coached up or not? That's an interesting. Well, maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow.
That is very interesting.
On this day, it is July the 25th. Apparently, it is raining on this Monday.
Yeah.
1949, Stan Musial, the great Stan Musial, hits for the Cycle. About 41 years later, 1990, another really good hitter, George Brett, hits for the Cycle. Same day. 1999, Lance Armstrong, David's hero, wins the first of his 7 straight Tour de France, or Tour de France, as they say. Later, he would be stripped of all 7 titles.
Yes.
Now, just to be clear, everybody in the race was juicing, okay? Let's just be clear. Now, was he juicing? Absolutely. But everybody else was too. So I'm not sure why they stripped the titles, but that's neither here nor there.
Andy, also, George Brett, one of the great meltdowns in the history of sport.
July 4th, I think.
When Brett comes running
Against
out of the
Yankees.
dugout.
Yeah.
And you know what he said? Did you read what he said about Bo Jackson in that documentary? He said, you know, all the years I played baseball, he said, sometimes when we're we're batting and I'm not up to bat, I got to go to the bathroom. He said, I'll go down the tunnel and go to the bathroom. He said, but if Bo Jackson was due up, I didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a lot of really fun things to say about Bo.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday today, Walter Brennan, Stumpy, from Rio Bravo.
Yeah.
Real McCoys.
Yeah, that's what I remember him from.
Estelle Getty, Sophia from the Golden Girls.
Mm-hmm.
She was actually the youngest of the bunch, by the way.
Is that right?
Yeah, shockingly.
Great makeup job.
1923 she was born. Nate Thurman, he's a Hall of Fame forward. Tom Dawes, he wrote a jingle, David, you might recognize. Clock, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. Alka-Seltzer, how about that?
Yeah.
Steve Goodman, City of New Orleans.
Yes.
You Never Call Me By My Name. Oh, great song. Verdine White.
Verdine White.
Verdine, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, Space
Founding
Player.
members.
Yep.
Considered one of the best bassists of all time.
He's unbelievable.
Walter Payton, Sweetness, born on this day. Imon, Roger Clinton, the dumb brother of Bill. Doug Drabeck, Cy Young winner 90. Ed Sprague, Matt LeBlanc, Joey Tribbiani. Billy Wagner and Bryce Young, born on this
Bryce
day.
Young today.
Let's go wrap it up for us. We'll be back with you tomorrow, same time, same channel. So long for now, everybody. Talk again soon.